The Nowata Methodist Church is happy to produce a lot of different content for the edification of Christ's church throughout the world. This daily segment that you're listening to right now corresponds with the Daily Bible Reading Challenge, which is hosted by Christ Church in Moscow, Idaho. If you want to download the list of readings that they publish for yourself or learn more about this challenge, this initiative, go to biblereading.christkirk.com. I'm Jeffrey Rickman. I'm the pastor here in Nowata, and I read from the Berean Standard Bible, which you can also find at berean.bible. Consider subscribing to this podcast to be a part of this daily effort to grow in familiarity with and love of God's holy word. Let's dive in for today. Hey friends, Jeffrey here with Abigail to help me read the scriptures today. Glad to see you. As a general reminder, I always like getting feedback from people who are listening to these daily scriptures, so if you ever want to reach out to me, this is the place to do it, pastor.rickman@gmail.com. And if you're currently watching this on Facebook or YouTube and you would rather get a morning email at 4 o'clock every morning, then the place you go to sign up for that is at nowatamethodists.substack.com. All right, today we're beginning on the prophet Ezekiel, and so we're going to do 5 chapters of that and a psalm, and we'll call it a day. So let's go ahead and get into it. Here we go. Ezekiel chapter 1. The Lord be with you. In the 30th year, on the 5th day of the 4th month, while I was among the exiles by the river Chebar, the heavens opened, and I saw visions of God. On the 5th day of the month, it was the 5th year of the exile of King Jehoiachin, the word of the Lord came directly to Ezekiel the priest, the son of Buzi, in the land of the Chaldeans by the river Chebar, and there the Lord's hand was upon him. I looked and saw a whirlwind coming from the north, a great cloud with fire flashing back and forth and brilliant light all around it. In the center of the fire was a gleam like amber, and within it was the form of 4 living creatures. And this was their appearance. They had a human form, but each had 4 faces and 4 wings. Their legs were straight, and the soles of their feet were like the hooves of a calf, gleaming like polished bronze. Under their wings on their 4 sides they had human heads. All 4 living creatures had faces and wings, and their wings were touching one another. They did not turn as they moved. Each one went straight ahead. The form of their faces was that of a man, and each of the 4 had the face of a lion on the right side, the face of an ox on the left side, and also the face of an eagle. Such were their faces. Their wings were spread upward. Each had 2 wings touching the wings of the creature on either side, and 2 wings covering its body. Each creature went straight ahead. Wherever the Spirit would go, they would go, without turning as they moved. In the midst of the living creatures was the appearance of glowing coals of fire, or of torches. Fire moved back and forth between the living creatures. It was bright, and lightning flashed out of it. The creatures were darting back and forth as quickly as flashes of lightning. When I looked at the living creatures, I saw a wheel on the ground beside each creature with its 4 faces. The workmanship of the wheels looked like the gleam of beryl, and all 4 had the same likeness. Their workmanship looked like a wheel within a wheel. As they moved, they went in any of the 4 directions without pivoting as they moved. Their rims were high and awesome, and all 4 rims were full of eyes all around. So as the living creatures moved, the wheels moved beside them, and when the creatures rose from the ground, the wheels also rose. Wherever the Spirit would go, they would go, and the wheels would rise alongside them, because the spirit of the living creatures was in the wheels. When the creatures moved, the wheels moved. When the creatures stood still, the wheels stood still. And when the creatures rose from the ground, the wheels rose alongside them, because the spirit of the living creatures was in the wheels. Spread out above the heads of the living creatures was the likeness of an awesome expanse, gleaming like crystal. And under the expanse their wings stretched out toward one another. Each one also had 2 wings covering its body. When the creatures moved, I heard the sound of their wings like the roar of many waters, like the voice of the Almighty, like the tumult of an army. When they stood still, they lowered their wings. And there came a voice from above the expanse over their heads as they stood still with their wings lowered. Above the expanse over their heads was the likeness of a throne, with the appearance of sapphire, and on the throne high above was a figure like that of a man. From what seemed to be his waist up, I saw a gleam like amber, with what looked like fire within it all around. And from what seemed to be his waist down, I saw what looked like fire, and brilliant light surrounded him. The appearance of the brilliant light all around him was like that of a rainbow in a cloud on a rainy day. This was the appearance of the likeness of the glory of the Lord. And when I saw it, I fell face down and heard a voice speaking. Ezekiel chapter 2. Son of man, he said to me, stand up on your feet, and I will speak to you. And as he spoke to me, the Spirit entered me, and set me on my feet, and I heard him speaking to me. Son of man, he said to me, I am sending you to the Israelites, to a rebellious nation that has rebelled against me. To this very day, they and their fathers have rebelled against me. They are obstinate and stubborn children. I am sending you to them, and you are to say to them, this is what the Lord God says. And whether they listen or refuse to listen, for they are a rebellious house, they will know that a prophet has been among them. But you, son of man, do not be afraid of them or their words. Do not be afraid, though briars and thorns surround you, and you dwell among scorpions. Do not be afraid of their words or dismayed by their presence, though they are a rebellious house. But speak my words to them, whether they listen or refuse to listen, for they are rebellious. And you, son of man, listen to what I tell you. Do not be rebellious like that rebellious house. Open your mouth and eat what I give you. Then I looked and saw a hand reaching out to me, and in it was a scroll, which he unrolled before me. And written on the front and back of it were words of lamentation, mourning, and woe. Ezekiel chapter 3. Son of man, he said to me, eat what you find here. Eat this scroll, then go and speak to the house of Israel. So I opened my mouth, and he fed me the scroll. Son of man, he said to me, eat and fill your stomach with this scroll I am giving you. So I ate, and it was as sweet as honey in my mouth. Then he said to me, Son of man, go now to the house of Israel, and speak my words to them. For you are not being sent to a people of unfamiliar speech or difficult language, but to the house of Israel. Not to the many peoples of unfamiliar speech and difficult language whose words you cannot understand. Surely if I had sent you to them, they would have listened to you. But the house of Israel will be unwilling to listen to you, since they are unwilling to listen to me. For the whole house of Israel is hard-headed and hard-hearted. Behold, I will make your face as hard as their faces, and your forehead as hard as their foreheads. I will make your forehead like a diamond, harder than flint. Do not be afraid of them or dismayed at their presence, even though they are a rebellious house. Son of man, he added, listen carefully to all the words I speak to you, and take them to heart. Go to your people, the exiles, speak to them, and tell them, this is what the Lord God says, whether they listen or refuse to listen. Then the Spirit lifted me up, and I heard a great rumbling sound behind me. Blessed be the glory of the Lord in his dwelling place. It was the sound of the wings of the living creatures brushing against one another, and the sound of the wheels beside them, a great rumbling sound. So the Spirit lifted me up and took me away. And I went in bitterness, and in the anger of my spirit, with the strong hand of the Lord upon me. I came to the exiles at Tel Abib, who dwelt by the river Chebar. And for 7 days I sat where they sat, and remained there among them, overwhelmed. At the end of 7 days the word of the Lord came to me, saying, Son of man, I have made you a watchman for the house of Israel. Whenever you hear a word from my mouth, give them a warning from me. If I say to the wicked man, you will surely die, but you do not warn him, or speak out to warn him from his wicked way to save his life, that wicked man will die in his iniquity, and I will hold you responsible for his blood. But if you warn a wicked man and he does not turn from his wickedness and his wicked way, he will die in his iniquity, but you will have saved yourself. Now if a righteous man turns from his righteousness and commits iniquity, and I put a stumbling block before him, he will die. If you did not warn him, he will die in his sin, and the righteous acts he did will not be remembered, and I will hold you responsible for his blood. But if you warn the righteous man not to sin, and he does not sin, he will indeed live, because he heeded your warning, and you will have saved yourself. And there the hand of the Lord was upon me, and he said to me, Get up, go out to the plain, and there I will speak with you. So I got up and went out to the plain, and behold, the glory of the Lord was present there, like the glory I had seen by the river Chebar, and I fell face down. Then the Spirit entered me and set me on my feet. He spoke with me and said, Go, shut yourself inside your house. And you, son of man, they will tie with ropes, and you will be bound so that you cannot go out among the people. I will make your tongue stick to the roof of your mouth, and you will be silent and unable to rebuke them, though they are a rebellious house. But when I speak with you, I will open your mouth, and you are to tell them, This is what the Lord God says. Whoever listens, let him listen, and whoever refuses, let him refuse, for they are a rebellious house. Ezekiel chapter 4. Now you, son of man, take a brick, place it before you, and draw on it the city of Jerusalem. Then lay siege against it. Construct a siege wall, build a ramp to it, set up camps against it, and place battering rams around it on all sides. Then take an iron plate and set it up as an iron wall between yourself and the city. Turn your face toward it, so that it is under siege, and besiege it. This will be a sign to the house of Israel. Then lie down on your left side, and place the iniquity of the house of Israel upon yourself. You are to bear their iniquity for the number of days you lie on your side. For I have assigned to you 390 days according to the number of years of their iniquity. So you shall bear the iniquity of the house of Israel. When you have completed these days, lie down again, but on your right side, and bear the iniquity of the house of Judah. I have assigned to you 40 days, a day for each year. You must turn your face toward the siege of Jerusalem with your arm bared and prophesy against it. Now behold, I will tie you up with ropes, so you cannot turn from side to side until you have finished the days of your siege. But take wheat, barley, beans, lentils, millet, and spelt. Put them in a single container and make them into bread for yourself. This is what you are to eat during the 390 days you lie on your side. You are to weigh out 20 shekels of food to eat each day, and you are to eat it at set times. You are also to measure out 1/6 of a hin of water to drink, and you are to drink it at set times. And you shall eat the food as you would a barley cake, after you bake it over dried human excrement in the sight of the people. Then the Lord said, "This is how the Israelites will eat their defiled bread among the nations to which I will banish them." "Ah, Lord God," I said, "I have never defiled myself. From my youth until now I have not eaten anything found dead or mauled by wild beasts. No unclean meat has ever entered my mouth." "Look," he replied, "I will let you use cow dung instead of human excrement, and you may bake your bread over that." Then he told me, "Son of man, I'm going to cut off the supply of food in Jerusalem. They will anxiously eat bread rationed by weight, and in despair they will drink water by measure. So they will lack food and water. They will be appalled at the sight of one another wasting away in their iniquity." Ezekiel chapter 5. As for you, son of man, take a sharp sword, use it as a barber's razor, and shave your head and beard. Then take a set of scales and divide the hair. When the days of the siege have ended, you are to burn up 1/3 of the hair inside the city. You are also to take 1/3 and slash it with the sword all around the city. And you are to scatter 1/3 to the wind, for I will unleash a sword behind them. But you are to take a few strands of hair and secure them in the folds of your garment. Again, take a few of these, throw them into the fire, and burn them. From there, a fire will spread to the whole house of Israel. This is what the Lord God says. This is Jerusalem, which I have set in the center of the nations, with countries all around her. But she has rebelled against my ordinances more wickedly than the nations, and against my statutes worse than the countries around her. For her people have rejected my ordinances and have not walked in my statutes. Therefore, this is what the Lord God says. You have been more insubordinate than the nations around you. You have not walked in my statutes or kept my ordinances, nor have you even conformed to the ordinances of the nations around you. Therefore, this is what the Lord God says. Behold, I myself am against you, Jerusalem, and I will execute judgments among you in the sight of the nations. Because of all your abominations, I will do to you what I have never done before and will never do again. As a result, fathers among you will eat their sons, and sons will eat their fathers. I will execute judgments against you and scatter all your remnant to every wind. Therefore, as surely as I live, declares the Lord God, because you have defiled my sanctuary with all your detestable idols and abominations, I myself will withdraw my favor. I will not look upon you with pity, nor will I spare you. 1/3 of your people will die by plague or be consumed by famine within you. 1/3 will fall by the sword outside your walls. And 1/3 I will scatter to every wind and unleash a sword behind them. When my anger is spent and I have vented my wrath against them, I will be appeased. And when I have spent my wrath on them, they will know that I, the Lord, in my zeal have spoken. I will make you a ruin and a disgrace among the nations around you in the sight of all who pass by. So you will be a reproach and a taunt, a warning and a horror to the nations around you, when I execute judgments against you in anger, wrath, and raging fury. I, the Lord, have spoken. When I shower you with the deadly arrows of famine and destruction that I will send to destroy you, I will intensify the famine against you and cut off your supply of food. I will send famine and wild beasts against you, and they will leave you childless. Plague and bloodshed will sweep through you, and I will bring a sword against you. I, the Lord, have spoken. That's where we will end Ezekiel today, and now we'll just do Psalm 60. You have rejected us, O God. You have broken us. You have been angry. Restore us. You have shaken the land and tore it open. Heal its fractures for its quaking. You have shown your people hardship. We are staggered from the wine you made us drink. You have raised a banner for those who fear you, that they may flee the bow. Selah. Respond and save us with your right hand, that your beloved may be delivered. God has spoken from his sanctuary. I will triumph. I will parcel out Shechem and apportion the valley of Succoth. Gilead is mine, and Manasseh is mine. Ephraim is my helmet. Judah is my scepter. Moab is my wash basin. Upon Edom I toss my sandal. Over Philistia I shout in triumph. Who will bring me to the fortified city? Who will lead me to Edom? Have you not rejected us, O God? Will you no longer march out, O God, with our armies? Give us aid against the enemy, for the help of man is worthless. With God will we perform with valor, and he will trample our enemies. The word of the Lord. The new thing here is the language around God's mobile throne. I learned about this in undergrad. Hebrew, it's the Merkabah. A lot of UFO theorists look at that and think, oh, that's a UFO. I don't think it's a UFO. But it is pretty incredible the way it's described. So, yeah, but then what follows after that with Ezekiel? I mean, that sign act of laying on his sides, oh, that's rough. Eating food cooked in dung, ugh, that's rough. And then, of course, it represents something even rougher and sadder, which we've encountered in many books so far. So, I'll tell you, the Bible's rated R, folks. Yeah, we'll pick back up with Ezekiel tomorrow. I'll hope to see you then. God bless you.